morning. You are tuned into GABC TV. My name is Bruce Burleson. I am Assistant Chapter Leader of the Brockton Guardian Angels and co-founder of the chapter. As you can see, I'm not in my usual studio. This is because I am on a 2-day getaway from Brockton, breathe some fresh air, and enjoy myself sort of excursion. First stop is Nashua, New Hampshire, where I grew up. I'm also going to be driving up to Manchester. Along the way, I've been talking to people and asking them about how their communities are doing, asking about crime. And this video is really going to be about city pride, us taking pride in Brockton. Because when you watch the media, you watch the news, you read the newspapers, guess who gets all the bad rap? Brockton, Massachusetts. But, as I already knew, but I figured I'd illustrate with my camera anyway, just about anywhere I go, people say, oh yeah, I knew this guy next door who was, turned out to kill a bunch of people. He seemed like the nicest guy around. So it's not just here, folks. There's really no greener grass. Crime is everywhere. And as citizens of the United States, we need to be aware and do something about it and take proactive measures no matter where we are. So enjoy this video, and we'll talk soon. Yes, and I am staying at the beautiful and luxurious Motel 6. Hey, you can't go wrong at $49.99 per night. Notice how it says one person. That's right, it's just me. This is a one-person trip. I am out of the city and having a blast. So we're in Brattleboro, Vermont. And you're saying there was a mugging here recently. Is it somewhere around here?
Yep. I think right in town somewhere. I'm not sure too much about it, but I think right downtown.
What happened? Somebody attacked somebody else?
That's what I've heard. Again, I'm not too sure, but yeah, I guess two people mugged two separate people at two different times.
Really?
Yeah.
So two muggings simultaneously, two different times?
No, not simultaneously. The two people mugged two different people at different times.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
Well, goes to show no matter where you go, you're never totally free from crime, huh?
Yep, that's true.
That's right.
True. It's not a perfect world.
Yeah, that's true.
It'd be tough to be a perfect world, that's for sure.
Right. Nice story you got here.
Yeah, it's a great story.
All right, nice talking to you.
Yeah, you too.
Bye. Brattleboro, Vermont, population 13,000. Just had two conversations. One young fellow who I just interviewed says there were two muggings right here in Brattleboro. I'm looking around and all I see is little art stores and bookstores and everything. I guess it happens everywhere. Off to New Hampshire we go. How you doing? My name again is Bruce Burleson.
Yep.
How's it going? Rich, pleased to meet you. So what do you think of Nashua? I mean, what do you think of crime in Nashua? Is it a problem?
Well, we just had a big war over here. Two ladies were going at it. There's something they go right over here. There's a big fight.
Oh, no kidding. 5 minutes ago you had a fight
right over here. There was a big
Really? No
girl,
kidding.
Another girl had it knocked right down on the ground.
Anybody call the police or anything?
Oh, I called 911.
You did?
Right on here.
Wow. Yeah. What was life like before we carried around these cell phones or other phones on us? So crime
I
is.
think it's good to have a cell phone on emergencies.
That's right. Growing up not too far from here, I know that this was one of the neighborhoods where crime tended to be a problem. Has it gotten worse, do you think, over the years? Or?
Yes, I'm new in this area. I just moved in here last Friday.
Right.
And the landlord's very nice. Everything's included with the rent when I pay about $650 a month.
No kidding.
Lights, heat, and cooking's included.
Right. So when you guys, do people around here, what's your sense? Do people around here, when there's a crime that goes on, do they call the police?
Oh, if I see something, I'll call.
Oh, good, because that's the thing to do, because it's when people don't make that 911 call, I mean, obviously they can't do anything if they don't hear from people.
Oh, there was a little baby. I just worry about the newborn baby.
Right.
The baby was going to get knocked over,
Oh, yeah. No kidding. No kidding. So, child neglect. That goes on.
Two adult women.
No kidding.
Blonde and a brunette.
No kidding. So they're all just getting into it, huh?
Oh, dude, right in that pop-up right there.
Wow.
Cruisers were here and everything.
Wow.
Plane cops, cruisers, and everything.
Guess I should have been here earlier to film it, huh? Well, you know, the goal obviously is hopefully we want communities that don't have this kind of stuff. And,
I do
think
volunteer
people
work with the Red Cross. I just got involved with the Red Cross up there now.
Oh, good for you. Good for
They
you.
just took my picture yesterday.
Yeah, volunteerism is really what it takes. I mean, when you sit around, you know, there's a saying that says when you sit around and wait for somebody else to do something, guess what? Nothing ever happens.
I work hurricanes, blizzards.
Yeah.
I work with the civil defense.
Uh-huh.
But I've been in that for 30 years.
Wow.
I got plaques right up there. See right there, you can see the plaques I got.
Yeah, but I guess from what you're saying, things haven't changed a whole lot here in the tree streets, huh?
When I was in Rochester, it wasn't too bad down there.
Right.
When I moved up here, I was living at 23 Temple Street,
Yeah.
the YMCA there.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Cops are there every day, morning, noon, and night in there.
No kidding, huh?
One girl up on the fourth floor, she committed suicidal.
Suicidal.
Up on the fourth floor, she wanted to jump out the window down to the ground.
Wow.
On the fourth floor.
No kidding. All right, well, thanks for your input.
Sure, no problem.
All righty, be safe.
Oh, I will.
Okay, I'm back home again in the city of Champions, Brockton, Massachusetts. Along the way, between Nashua, New Hampshire and Brattleboro, Vermont, it was getting kind of thirsty and need some water, you know, so I stopped in this little town called Chesterfield, population 3,000. And I went into this little antique shop, and the woman there told me she didn't want to be interviewed. She told me that there had been a robbery that had taken place, and so I went to the place where the robbery happened. It was a gas station next door, and the owner there didn't want to talk about it. You know, occasionally, sometimes you go to small towns and people don't really want to talk to outsiders about what goes on in their little small town. But picked up a copy of the local newspaper, the Keene Sentinel. Keene is kind of like the quote-unquote city in the area, although it's really kind of a small college town. This is what it has to say. Alleged imposter nabbed. The man accused of masquerading as a U.S. Marshal while robbing two business owners in Chesterfield earlier this week was nabbed Thursday in the real U.S. Marshals. They traced this guy all the way to the islands. John P. Baldessaro, 45, of Somerville, Massachusetts, was arrested without incident at a New York City hotel after tips from confidential sources put police on his trail, Deputy U.S. Marshal Jeffrey White said. Police say Baldessaro posed as a U.S. Marshal, businessman and federal agent while robbing, stealing, and kidnapping in New Hampshire, Maine, and Massachusetts. But one of the crimes happened in little bitty Chesterfield, population 3,000. Thinking that you're going to leave Brockton? Go live in some small town, some tiny little place in the middle of New Hampshire? Gonna get away from crime? Read the papers, folks. There's no getting away from it. Nope, here in Brockton, we deal with our problems. We are the city of champions. We don't run from the problems, we deal with them. Join the Guardian Angels. Let's turn this city around, and let's encourage people to start chapters in other cities around the region as well to solve their crime problems. Thank you for watching.